Have you ever stopped to wonder why it's so incredibly hard to catch a wireless hacker? It's not just about some clever code or a hidden IP address. The real challenge, believe it or not, is baked right into the physics of how radio waves move through the air. So let's get into it. Now, just so you know, this is the second part of a much larger series. We're breaking down a really comprehensive report called Wireless Hacker Evasion Techniques and Countermeasures by Virtualization Options LLC. Today, we're digging into Chapter 2, which covers the foundational problem, the physical principles that make finding a hidden attacker so unbelievably tough. So let's just start with a big question, right? How in the world do you find an attacker you literally can't see? I mean, this isn't like a normal network breach where you can trace a physical cable back to a port. A wireless attacker, they could be anywhere. In a car driving by, an apartment across the street, a coffee shop, they are totally invisible, and that gives them a huge advantage from the get-go. To even begin to fight back, you have to understand the rules of the game. Before we can even think about finding a hacker, we need to get a grip on the environment they're playing in, the world of radio frequency or RF signals. And this isn't just cybersecurity anymore. At this point, it's pretty much a physics problem. You know, this quote from the report really nails it. Effective security isn't just about the software you're running. It's about really understanding how signals travel and the physical laws that an attacker can twist to their own advantage. So let's break down the 3 biggest challenges this creates for anyone trying to defend a network. Okay, our first major challenge is something I like to call the whisper. Imagine you're in a loud, crowded room, and you're trying to hear someone whispering a secret from all the way across it. It's nearly impossible, right? Well, that's the exact principle a smart attacker uses against our detection systems. This brings us to a really important concept, the detection threshold. Every single wireless security system has one. It's basically a minimum signal strength it needs before it can even register that, hey, something is there. If an attacker can keep their signal below that line, then for all intents and purposes, they are completely invisible. Think of it like this. Your normal Wi-Fi router, it's shouting. It's broadcasting its signal loud and clear so everybody can connect. Its signal is way above all the background electronic noise. But a hacker, they can use a super low power transmission that's just a tiny whisper. It's just strong enough to hit its target nearby, but so quiet that to a defender's sensors, it just gets lost in the everyday static of the airwaves. All right, now for our second challenge, which we'll call the mirrors. Because even if you can hear that whisper, how do you know where it's actually coming from? In the world of radio signals, our own environment can act like a giant hall of mirrors, creating all these confusing reflections that point you in the totally wrong direction. The technical term for this is multipath, and as the source material points out, it's a massive problem, especially in cities or even just inside a big building. The signal doesn't just travel in a nice straight line from the bad guy to you. Oh no, it bounces off walls, windows, cars, you name it. So here's how that plays out. 1, the hacker sends their signal. 2, that one signal hits a bunch of buildings and reflects, creating multiple copies, like echoes. 3, your detection system gets hit with all these echoes, all arriving at slightly different times from different angles. And finally, the system tries to do the math and figure out the source, but it gets completely confused by the reflections and points you to a place where the hacker isn't, and maybe never even was. You're literally chasing a ghost. So a signal can be too quiet to hear, and its location can be a total lie. The third challenge brings the problem even closer to home. It's about the built-in limitations of the very tools we use to defend ourselves. Let's just call this one the limits. Look, no matter how powerful a security system is, it's not infinite. These systems have limited processing power. They can't scan every single frequency all at once. And a smart attacker knows this. They can time their transmissions for those split seconds when a system is looking somewhere else. Or they can craft an attack that's specifically designed to fool the system's detection logic, because they know how it works. And here's the really crucial part. These aren't simple bugs you can just patch away. They are fundamental trade-offs baked into the design of the hardware and software itself. You simply can't scan all frequencies at the same time with unlimited processing power. Attackers know these physical and computational limits exist, and they build their entire strategy around exploiting them. So when you stack all 3 of these challenges on top of each other, the whisper, the mirrors, and the limits, you get what we can call the defender's dilemma. And what's worse is that each problem makes the others even harder to solve. It all starts with the signal itself, which could be a whisper so quiet that your system never even logs that something happened. Then, even if you do hear it, the location data it gives you could be a complete lie, a reflection sending you on a wild goose chase miles away. And this is all happening while your own defensive tools are struggling with fundamental limits on what they can see and what they can process at any given moment. Which brings us to a pretty scary question. If the laws of physics themselves are creating these weaknesses, how can anyone ever truly be secure? And that's the very question we're going to start to tackle in our next explainer, where we'll look at the advanced evasion techniques attackers use to exploit these very principles.